Hey y'all, what's good? What's happening? So, our last convention for 2025 was Cajun Con. Now, we had spoke to Scott. I think it was the previous year when he was at Nostalgiacon, and he was telling us that he was getting a convention together, and it was going to be in Louisiana. So, since we've never gone to a convention outside of Texas, we figured Cajun Con would be nice for our first one. So, being that it was in Louisiana, it really wasn't that far from, where we live. It was only like a 5.5 hour drive. So that's nothing. At least not anything for me. So when we saw the amount of people that he was going to have on his roster, and I don't know to anybody else, but to me, it kind of gave like Nostalgiacon vibes. Not saying he was copying them, but being able to get that many people to show up at his convention was astounding. Ain't that something, Ardana?
Oh yeah, he had a spectrum of people. People from like the 50s or something like that. Shoot, even Mom had a good time, by the way. She came.
Yeah, ain't that something? Our mother was our special guest. I did not think in the few years that we've been doing this that she would ever come, and she actually did. And she, you know what? She really enjoyed herself. And I'm glad that, she gets to see things that, we see it when we go to these conventions. Now, we do convention reviews, so, we got to talk about some of the things that we saw. So, Ardana, what were some of the things that you saw that were good, some were bad? What do you think?
Well, the first day, it was bad that it rained and, people was waiting outside in the rain. That was kind of bad. Hopefully they'll have like a backup plan in the event that the weather's like terrible. That way, a lot of people's not like waiting in the rain outside.
Granted, it was not his fault that the elements decided to open up the way they did that day, because it was raining pretty hard. Not super hard, but enough to wet somebody. And thankfully, we had our umbrella, so we were good. All right, what else?
Really wasn't like bad. That we didn't really have to deal with crowded lines and stuff. Now, I do feel bad for the VIP folk because it seemed like, since it wasn't really that long of a line except for that old dude who plays the clown or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. His line was long.
That was the only line that I saw that was like super, super long. So I feel like you really didn't really need the VIP unless you really, really want to be in the front. That's just my take.
Yeah, like you said, it wasn't like any of the lines were like super long. And if they had a few bit of people there, it wasn't like you was gonna be waiting that long anyway. So, in that aspect, I thought it was good, but I guess the VIP probably should be tweaked a little bit. If they want to get people to actually buy, because I'm not sure what are the things that they got. I know they got like a backpack or something with the logo on there. I do remember seeing that.
Drawstring, being in the front, being the VIP line.
And then they get like a lanyard possibly?
Something like that. Yeah, it was a lanyard and a badge thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I think that's something that could be improved on, but I will say there were a lot of good things. Now, I did not think he was going to fit everybody in this space, but he made it work. I was quite surprised. Because it was kind of small, but I did not feel cramped at any given time, right?
Oh no, it was the people was nice, evenly spaced out. You could see which was like the pathways and stuff like that. It wasn't confusing at all.
Right, and the stage was quite noticeable. The main people that was kind of headlining, which was like the Willy Wonka folks, you could tell that they were there. So that was nice to see. Of course, some of the people from like Dragon Ball. Some of the people that was like from like the old school like shows like The Incredible Hulk, because like Lou Ferrigno was there, which our mom was. I don't know why for the life of me she was shy. I wasn't used to that, and I was just like, bruh, He's right there. Go talk to him, and she kind of just stood there like a statue. But hey, whatever.
She shook his hand at least.
Yeah, she did, but she just it was funny. It was very funny to see. I mean, being that this is their first time, I mean, I honestly have to say they did an extremely good job. I didn't see any really bad hiccups or anything that was quite noticeable to us. Even like some of the volunteers that they had were actually extremely nice. Honestly,
man, look, that's
honestly,
first.
Honestly, like a lot of conventions can actually take notice to like a lot of the volunteers that they had there, because a lot of them were actually super helpful and super nice. A lot of the conventions we gone to, them volunteers acted like somebody peed their cereal. I ain't like that, but that was different here. So shout out to Scott. What would you give it? I mean, honestly, they get an A from me.
A, yeah.
Yeah, I give it an A. I mean, there's always room for improvement, obviously. I mean, but given this is their first time doing this on this scale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they deserve an A from us.
Yeah, especially with the volunteers, they were A1. Shoot,
problem. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was like some of the best ones we ever seen.
Shoot.
So. With that being said, you guys, I highly suggest checking out Cajun Con. They already announced that they're going to be in like the same city for next year. I'm not sure how much tickets are going to cost, but just follow them on like Facebook and of course Instagram.
All of that.
Yeah, follow them on all platforms so that way you can stay in the know of what's going on. But I and Ardana highly suggest that you guys check them out. It's totally worth it.
Yes,
it really is. Like, and look, don't get me wrong. They got a lot of good food out there too. I mean, it's in Louisiana. What you expect? You always gonna have some type of Cajun Creole food, so it's always a plus. So, with that being said, as always, we're gonna holler at y'all later. The Green Kids Avengers sign off and have a very blessed day. Peace. Oh, shout out to Scott, by the way. You're good one, Scott Ennis. We are out. Holla at you.